My name is Isabel Diaz. I am the head of marketing and operations here at Eden Exchange. My role encompasses managing not only our go-to-market and our branding for Eden, but then also how our client experience involves and encapsulates within our platform, and then making sure our clients have a good experience.
My name is Dhanush Ganglani. I'm the managing director and co-owner of Eden Exchange. And my role at Eden Exchange is I help with the commercialization of our model. I also help with the technology arm, and I drive the strategy of the business. The Eden Exchange has evolved into a digital technology-based platform that allows and that creates an ecosystem for buyers, sellers, advisors to come together and collaborate towards assisting a successful transaction. We particularly focus in the small to medium sector, which is anywhere for businesses that are worth transaction values of anywhere between 1 million to 5 million, or even 1 million and below. And we also help service the franchising sector, where majority of small businesses exist in Australia and pretty much around the world. We were in a situation where you could almost look at us as a business matchmaking sort of scenario, where we needed to put buyers together to meet the right fits for sellers and vice versa. And as a result of that, it was a unique proposition where we identified a lot of features and functionalities that this ecosystem needed that almost mirrored a CRM. Even though we didn't really need a CRM in its traditional sense, however, a lot of the functionality and features that a potential CRM offers was really where the need arose. And for us, that's where we looked at Sugar. One of the greatest capabilities that we identified within Sugar was its ability to allow you to customize the opportunities and the functionality within it to try and suit the business model that you were actually building. So it was very unique, because every other CRM that you have typically is an out-of-the-box type of setup, and that allows you very limited flexibility with what you can do. However, the CRM offered by Sugar was different because it allowed a lot of its componentry to be used and customized in a way that actually fit our business.
Some of the other challenges that we were facing prior to implementing Sugar was that all of our technology and our marketing technology platforms were siloed across a number of different individual spaces. So we were looking at something that can consolidate all of our technology platforms and the siloed data that we have and bring it all into one space. In terms of customization, what we've been able to achieve with Sugar is really manipulate the view of the client information that we present across every stage of our business process. So all the way from our sales team having access to the right property fields, to our client team being able to understand all the different activities that have been achieved in that client account as well. We've been able to manipulate that to suit how our business operates. In terms of implementation, we really leveraged the resources that we were provided with from Sugar to be able to, one, implement the platform itself, but also from a visualization, or the ability to visualize the data in the platform, really helped drive the importance amongst our team as to the adoption from their perspective as well, and within the wider business. And we use it as a one source of truth, so making sure that all of the information is in Sugar and it's up to date really helps drive how we can analyze and improve the business from a strategic perspective as well. The ability to automate tasks and using process definitions has allowed us to take what was previously a manual task and automate it through Sugar itself. And that has saved our team a lot of admin time that was previously being used. The connectivity from the technology to the CRM itself has allowed us to build in automated notifications and communications with our clients as well. So our team aren't having to manually send out those things themselves.
Where you've got many sellers who would be looking at selling, or buyers who look at buying, or even brokers or advisors that would need to manage multiple deals, typically they would have to set up workflows or set up their CRM customized, and they may not have that larger portfolio businesses that they may be selling, which means for them to go and invest in all those flows, etc. It's quite time consuming, complex, and really, where do they have the time to be able to do that? But the ability for us to take the sugar workflows and actually, in a cruder way, say, wholesale it out to all this community, and to be able to leverage off that capability, I think is also a huge contribution to that buying and selling community. Between a seller and a buyer, before you're able to engage in a confidential discussion about the opportunity, you will typically be required to sign a non-disclosure agreement. And that non-disclosure agreement is the gateway that you have got to cross before you're able to see the opportunity in greater detail. Now, that presents as an issue because if you have to typically use that sort of a gateway for anybody else who's trying to buy or sell, you really have to create workflows to start to do that and obtain signatures and get those agreements going out at all times, get notified that that agreement has gone out, then capture a copy of that agreement before you're able to do that. Sounds very simple, but this is where, for us in our platform, rather than us have to go and develop an entire capability, we were able to leverage the process definition functionality within Sugar to allow us to say, well, here's the template that needs to be signed off for a non-disclosure agreement, and this is the process flow that needs to be called every time this trigger gets hit in our platform. Now, when you look at that, that allows hundreds of sellers, if not thousands of sellers now, to enable an NDA functionality within the platform, but the fulfillment of that functionality is now done within Sugar through its process definition. So from an experience perspective, if you think about it, we had to set up the process flow once, but our thousands of customers just had to do it by clicking a button. So now it completely saves thousands of those businesses hours of time setting it up, monitoring it, etc., because we've just leveraged off the capability within Sugar.
From a Sugar perspective, we have been able to manipulate the platform to really give us the biggest understanding of what our clients are doing within our technology. So it gives us a deep understanding of how our clients are wanting to use our platform, but then also how we can then improve the customer experience moving forward as well. I think it comes down to the ecosystem that we're building within the buying and selling industry. So it's really about bringing everyone that's involved in either buying or selling a business. So that's people looking to buy, people looking to sell, as well as all of the ancillary services like lawyers, accountants, and anyone else that might be part of that process, bringing them together through technology. And Sugar is the engine that powers our technology to be able to do that.
In terms of a partnership, it has actually been 10 out of 10 in my books, in terms of someone that's actually stepped up to try to help us. And sometimes what's good about partners is also to have a frank and honest discussion when you realistically know that the product or maybe there are components within your offering that actually don't really solve your problem. It's actually not a bad thing to turn around and accept the fact that there may be certain shortcomings, and that's not that I don't see that as a negative thing. I actually see that as a more appreciative component that you would see in someone, where they can actually tell you, look, this part is, I accept we don't do this the best, and probably this is where you need to find a solution for that. And I think that's really what a partner is there for, right? It's mutual benefit, and it's also trying to ensure that selflessly you want to see your other partner succeed as opposed to at the cost of your own interest. So that to me is a true test of a partnership.
The ongoing challenge for us is really making sure that we have a really great client experience on our technology platform. So the role that Sugar really will have in that is making sure that the data is able to be transferred seamlessly between the platforms and the integrations that we use currently, but then also creating a way for us to be able to understand the data and to be able to improve our client experience and make it even more seamless than it is now.
Sugar, being the engine behind our platform, is actually the engine that powers the experience we try to give our clients. So to give you an example of to give you an idea rather, of how critical the Sugar platform is for our platform, is because there are so many workflows driven by Sugar, and because of the big data that sits within Sugar and the lead scoring and the what have you functionality that we leverage off, all of this plays a critical role to what we do for our clients. In terms of going forward, I think that however innovative, efficient, and more functionality that improves the lives of the customer is going to be the key driver to how successful we are with our client.